Here's one for you. Is it snow or is it salt? That's snow. That's salt. Snow, salt. Snow, salt. There's so much salt on these highways. It's unbelievable. This morning at 4:30 this morning, I was driving to the mushroom barn, and in the center of the road, there is so much salt that it has built up a ridge in the center of the road there and in the center between the wheels. There's so much salt on these roads, they're actually destroying the roads with salt. Because what happens is the salt goes down into those cracks, and then the water goes down in there, and then when it does finally dilute, then we get rain, and then it'll freeze, and it'll blow out. It's just terrible stuff. So, I don't know, my truck is going to rot apart for one thing, and you know what? 4:30 this morning, they're dumping more salt on. There is no snow in the forecast until next Thursday, and they were dumping salt on this road. You might have thought it was, I mean, there's piles of salt. This is the state of New Jersey. They must have free money to buy salt. It's crazy. Now we're going to make a right onto the county road. Can you tell the difference? Fuck no. Because you know what? It's salt. We got to dump salt on. Salt, salt, salt. Well, you know, there's a Bible verse, and I don't know what one it is, but I remember when I was in the Christian school here at Baptistown, New Jersey, there was a Bible verse, and it said something about salting the earth of the enemy so they starved to death, you know? Or somebody salted the earth. I don't even remember. Maybe God salted the earth. Who the hell knows? Salt water, salt kills crops. It does. And all this fucking salt goes into the fields. Right here, along here. This ditch, nothing's going to grow here this spring. It's going to be severely impacted. There's the field up here on the left. They used to, not this one, and not the next one, but the third one up there. That one there has a low spot where the salt used to run in. They've since put a berm up to stop it from happening. But all this salt has to go somewhere. Usually, it's down waterways and ditches and all that other stuff, which goes into, you guessed it, a freshwater river. You know what happens with freshwater river? You know what happens when you put salt in a freshwater river where there's freshwater fish, freshwater mussels, and other living things that need fresh water? They die. They die. Now, I know this is a rant, and I know that some people don't like rants, but as a farmer, an agriculturalist, as you may say, or a producer, if I put a chemical on the field, and the rain comes and it washes it down into the ditch, and say it kills some grass along the edge of the ditch, I can face some huge freaking fines. Just like, it's amazing. Yeah, I could just face huge fines. If anything dies along the field from chemicals, like, say, I can't say Roundup, but say atrazine. Atrazine's a real lovely one. You put it on the ground, and we get a flash storm before it asphyxiates, it will just run like the wind, bullseye, and right down the ditch. It'll kill fish, it'll kill, well, atrazine won't kill fish, but Dual will, and 2,4-D certainly will. 2,4-D is a bad one. You put any of those on and get a flash flood, you can technically get into a serious amount of trouble. But salt, well, it's a natural product. We can put that on the roadways, and it won't hurt anything. Right there's a spot the salt runs. This is the township road now. And look, does it look any different than the snow? No, it's salt. Let's just salt the earth, man. Salt it. Kill the fish in the ocean, or in the river, not the ocean. The ocean's full of salt, but you will kill freshwater fish. You will kill snails, slugs, and things like that. Frogs hate salt. So when you get a wet spot along these roads and there's flora and fauna that can't handle the salt, why isn't the state, the county, the township responsible like we would have to be as citizens of these governments. You know, I mean, the government's supposed to be for the people, by the people, not the people for the government, which is what it's turned into. It's a do as I say, not as I do society anymore. We can't get away with any of this stuff. If I was to spill nitrogen, liquid nitrogen, which would just green up the grass along the side of the road, I would be in some serious trouble. Had a fuel spill this spring, and it just cost me $18,000 in fines. But yet, the township blew a hydraulic hose, and it ran down the ditch over there, and they never even cleaned it up, and it killed a spot in the grass. They didn't get fined. They didn't even get in any trouble. But I got an $18,000 fine from the state of New Jersey over 10 gallons of freaking fuel. Crazy, crazy, crazy. They told me if I'd have just drove away, there wouldn't have been a fine. Crazy stuff. But anyways, that's enough of that.